The first season of ConJam, the competition where you have only 2 weeks to make a conlang, is behind us. 13 conlangs made it past the challenging process of development, which were then graded by the community on different criteria. I am here to show you the best rated conlangs. There were 6 categories that people could rate conlangs in on a 1 through 10 scale. There was also the overall score comprising of the average of the ratings received. Let's start with the winners of each category, and we'll see the top 3 langs at the end of the video. Let's start with... Each conlang had to fit the theme of harmony to ensure that no one submitted their life's work into the competition, pretending that it was made in 2 weeks. Theme was also a category people could rate in, and the winner of that category was Phoenicia by Polynesian. The main gimmick of Phoenicia is that you sing the language in harmonious tones, which is quite fun and fits the theme well. I personally find it a bit disorienting, because there are always 2 tones that correspond to each morpheme, so it's kinda hard for me to pronounce. You know, I'm not a professional Mongolian throat singer, but it definitely fits the harmony theme. I tried, and almost certainly failed, to turn this sample provided by Polynesian into square waves, so here it is, I guess. It really sounds like something out of a Metroid game, and that's fun. So, congratulations to Polynesian for first place in the theme category. And now moving on to... Yes, I am doing this out of order because it fits the script more. Where was I? Yeah, the script. Well, the best script in the jam, and a top tier script out of it as well, is in the language Puvuni Isiwa by Isaac the Great. It is a feature script that fits the optional theme of symmetry all too well. Puvuni Isiwa has 2 contrasting sets of harmonies, a vowel harmony based on backness and a consonant harmony based on voicing. The script functions sort of as a syllabary, but you can infer what vowel consonant sequence is a glyph supposed to represent just by how it looks. Kinda like Hangul. For example, this is the glyph for ma. Simple and elegant. Now this is the symbol for ba. And this one is for va. Yep, they all have this nice line going through them because they're bilabial. The additional line is also regular. For example, if we look at the nasals, there is a clear correlation between them. But that's not even the best part. If we make all the glyphs ending in the vowel a, like this, we can just add a dot to make the vowel higher. So mi will be written like this. And here comes the best part. You know the harmonies I mentioned? Yeah, if you want to make your vowel back, you just... like this. Turning glyphs upside down makes them more back, or forward, depending on which of them you choose at first. And you can do the same for voicing, but you just mirror them horizontally. Yes, there are some characters that are irregular and don't fit this rotation pattern neatly, but there's just like 2 of them, and one of them is just the plain vowel symbol, so pretty cool. Also, the script should be written with a brush, which is always dope ass. It's Conlang. Everybody expected this. I got a solid 10 out of 10 on the uniqueness score. For those of you who don't know, or cannot infer anything from the name, it is spoken by ants using pheromones. I don't want to brag about it any further, so if you want to see it for yourself, just go watch my video on that. A link should be in the description or in the card if I make it work. Yes, I am aware that these 2 categories were separate in the rating, but they have the same winner and are close enough that I can group them into one entry. Their winner, by the way, is Ashbir Khanna by Kasreti, and I'm not surprised at all. It sounds phenomenal, and its romanization... oh, wow, that's nice. Ashbir Khanna has this phonology. Some things to note here are the uvular series, and the pure palatal and not post-alveolar series. There are apparently also no alveolars, which are replaced by dentals, which I think is some sort of a mistake, because the only dental consonants there is the th fricative, so it could be either allophony or just mislabeling. Either way, kinda cool, I guess. The vowels are also good, with a 7-way distinction between these ones. Here I especially like the central vowel, which adds a more flavor than the classical schwa. I'm gonna gloss over a bit of the obligatory consonant and vowel harmonies and phonotactics, which I need to stress are fully fleshed out, which is amazing. Not many conlangs have that, but I want to move on to the next part. Just keep in mind that at most Ashbirkana can have a CVV-CC syllable structure. The best part, in my opinion, of the Ashbirkana phonology and lexicon has to be the consonantal root system and derivational morphology. Just like in the Semitic languages, Ashbirkana uses a system of consonantal roots to make nouns, verbs, and adjectives. So, for example, TD means to hit, which can be then conjugated using a series of templates, which you just slot the consonants in. Then you can add some simpler suffixes for additional meaning. I highly suggest everyone to read this because it's just so clean and cool. I don't have anything much to say about it other than it's just cool. It also has a script written with brush, which is badass. We have grammar, which was actually a tie between Ashbirkana and Erongona by Nuyaka. And since I already talked about Ashbirkana, I will give the spotlight of this category to Eronona. There are lots of things to talk about here, so I just picked my 2 favorites. Again, if you wanna see it for yourselves, all of the languages submitted are linked in the description. First thing that caught my eye was the syntax. There are 5 sentence types of sorts, which all have some different word orders. For example, intransitive sentences are VS, but when there is a marked evolution, you forward the subject to make it SV. Then there are transitives, which are SVO or SV oblique in the antipassive. And lastly, the use of copula, which is just the subject followed by the predicate, which agrees with the subject. The thing I like the most about this system is the volitional part. It makes so much sense that the subject would be fronted when the action was performed voluntarily, and the semi-split ergativity between the transitive and intransitive, with the SVO and the VS stuff, really adds a cherry on top. Secondly, I like that there are 2 contrasting noun class systems in Eronona. It's just like one would imagine it, 2 systems, one based on animacy and the other one based on shape, which all nouns fall into. It changes their morphology a bit and is all around a fun feature. Also, I like that the adjectives and demonstratives only agree depending on the animate systems and not the shape ones. Nice touch. The top 3 are just before us, but I wanted to say that Erongona and Linking, sorry for the butchered pronunciation, got 4th and 5th place respectively. Nothing much to add other than to congratulate you on the nice conlangs. Well, who would have guessed that all of the top 3 languages were already mentioned in this video? Weird considering that the overall score was made using the score from each category, so if they won in one category, they had much higher chance of ending up here. So, since there are no surprises up ahead, I'm gonna just list them. Number 3 on our list is none other than Puvuni Yisiwa. I already talked about the script, but the rest of the language is also phenomenal. It got 8.1 out of 10 on the scale, which is super high for 10-point scale. It has a nice phonology, fits the theme well, and is overall a good language. Congrats to Isaac the Great for the amazing job. Number 2 is Conlang. Yep, my Conlang got second. I don't know if people really enjoy it as a conlang or if the video format was what gave them the push, but either way, here it is. As I said, I made a video about it here on this channel, so if you wanna see it, watch it after this one. Congrats me for the amazing job, I guess. And now the moment we've all been waiting for. The first ever winner of the first ConJam is with a staggering 8.4 out of 10, which is 0.1 better than Conlang. Well, it's Ashbirkana. And I agree with this popular vote. It's presented as a clean lang with many interesting features, but what am I to say about Ashbirkana? Let's ask the man behind the word himself, Kasreti. Congratulations, Kasreti, on the win in the ConJam. What do you think about your victory?
Um, I'm pretty surprised to actually end up doing so good because I don't have much experience making conlangs before, but yeah, I think that it makes me really happy to see that people did enjoy looking at my conlang.
Did you have any goals?
Well, I guess while making Ashbirkana, I just wanted to try something really different to what I normally make, because I guess like I wanted to try just being out of my comfort zone because what I normally do is just end up making things that are somewhat similar to languages I've already learned, like Spanish or something like that. So I wanted to really try to make something like that uses a lot of compounding or has like a different kind of way at looking at concepts, like the whole directionality and emotion thingy.
Did you take any inspiration in Natlangs while making Ashberkana?
Well, for the root derivation system, I definitely took influence from Arabic, and some of the ideas like offer directionality thinking from Japanese, like the whole ageru kureru kind of verb thingy, where you can add this other verb onto the base verb that shows like whether you're receiving an action or the action is being done to someone else.
Well, thanks for answering the questions, and I hope I'll never forget to record my microphone again. And one more thing before we end the video. Well, maybe two. Okay, as I'm writing the script, I just realized that there are three. The first one is that I thank all of the participants that submitted their links. Without you guys, the ConJam would have not been possible. Literally. Also, I thank all the people that rated the conlangs. There were fewer people than I expected, but all conlangs got at least 2 votes, which I think is enough. The second thing that I wanted to mention is that I will try to read all of the samples submitted in an upcoming shorter video, so if you wanna see that, stay tuned. Subscribe perhaps, it's weird to say. And lastly, we had a vote on our Discord, join our Discord, that we wanted to do the next ConJam as a mixed competition between world building and conlanging, based on the conlangs we just received this year. Most people agreed, so if you wanna join the next time, be prepared for that. The details of how involved and how implemented will this be are going to be discussed on our Discord server, link in the description. With all that said, I think we can officially say that the first ever ConJam is behind us. Good conlanging and world building to all. Goodbye.